What is going on, guys? It's Kevin here from Tranquility Escapes, and today we have a special video for you guys because we're not actually in Long Island today. So right now we're actually in Illinois and we are working with Team Aquascape. I'm sure if you guys follow our videos, you guys follow these guys already. We have Jack in the excavator right now. We're working with Luis, and then Jack is all the way back there. So right now we actually get the pleasure of working with some nice bluestone boulders. Right here we have 12 large aqua blocks right here for our reservoir. So today we're building a 6-foot pondless with some aqua blues, something we really don't have on Long Island, so we don't have the pleasure of working with those stones. But we have 12 large aqua blocks in this reservoir, which is a little oversized for this 6-foot pondless with the sphere on top. But they are going to be running this in the winter. Unfortunately, it is a rainy day out here, so hopefully we don't get rained out too bad, but we are going to get rocking and rolling on this Pondless waterfall. Unfortunately, I forgot my tripod for my GoPro, so we'll see if any time-lapse footage gets into this video. So that is basically it for today. We have finished the 6-foot pondless waterfall with the stacked slate sphere. So let me turn you guys around and show you what we built. So right here is the pallet for this 6-foot pondless waterfall. Rob is still doing some electrical connections for the color changing lights that are in this pondless waterfall. But let me tell you guys, this thing came out absolutely amazing. We have our stacked slate sphere right up there, and we have 2 cascades. As we said, this is still a 12 large aqua block system, so we have a lot of water volume moving in this. But the aqua blues are just have so much character and color, and this waterfall has actually some great sound in it. So right over here we actually have a pop-up drain from the downspout gutter of the household. So during a rain event, all that rain from their roof is actually going to pop up through here and drain into this basin. So it is a rain harvesting system, so they're going to rarely be topping this off. I think these aqua blues have just some great character and interest in just how angled and sharp they are. Over the years, when this ages, it's going to look really amazing, especially with landscape with nice greenery. But that is it for today. We are packed up. We are going to go on back to Aqualand. We're going to be working with Aquascape Construction for the whole week, so we get to see how they do it. It's going to be an awesome experience, so stay tuned for the rest of the week as we're going to be dropping all these videos of every single build we do. Hopefully I get a time lapse going if I get my tripod back, but we'll see what happens. And the pallet for today. As you can see, the homeowner has basically floor-to-ceiling windows in this house, so it's going to be a great viewing area from inside as well from outside. But right here we have basically the rough dimensions and shape of the pond. The pond's going to be right up against the house, so when they're inside they have a great view. It looks like the pond is just part of the house almost. Right over here, this little cove, we're actually going to be doing some boulder work and a retaining wall inside the pond, so just so when you're in this patio area, it's going to be super interactive. It's just going to go straight down to the deepest area. Right over there, we have our deep stream area. Our biofalls is going to be sitting up there. We're actually going to have 2 biofalls, and that's going to be the start of our stream. Right over here is probably going to be somewhere where our skimmer goes. We're going to have 2 pumps, jets, everything like that on this pond. But let me show you guys a little bit more about this property. Right over here, we have these awesome steps that just lead you down to that fire pit right down there. When we're coming up back on these steps, you're gonna be greeted by an amazing pond. But today, our whole goal is just basically dig out this pond, get this liner in, get the fabric in. If we get lucky, we'll set a few rocks, but we'll see where the day takes us. Right now, it's just me, Rob, Luis, Jack, and Brian. So let's see how much we can get done, and hopefully I get a time lapse for you guys because I still don't have a tripod for my GoPro. So let's see what makes it in the video. So right where that white line where Jack's standing, we're actually going to be going down 3 feet, and that shelf right there where he is shoveling is actually only 12 inches of water right there. Right where the machine is sitting, we're actually going to start berming over here for our bivalves, but we can't do that right now because that dingo has to get out of there. So right over here was a hill that actually tapered way off, so we put some boulders right down there, and we've been berming some of the extra soil we have from the excavation right where that dingo is, just to give a little more interest and character to this hillside. The whole goal for today is to get this whole pond excavated, get our fabric in, get our liner in, so tomorrow we can start rocking in this pond, so stay tuned. That is the end of day one. Let me turn you guys around and show you what we excavated. We didn't get to our goal, but we're basically right there. The dimensions of the pond are probably 16 by 18 right now. We have our skimmer right here. We also have this hole dug out because we're going to be doing a separate pump that's going to be sitting in that pump vault right there. But right now we have 3 different elevations. We have a 12-inch shelf, a 2-foot, and just above 3 because there actually is a sanitation sewer line that runs right there. So we had to just cut it right at that elevation. Right here is basically our cutout for the footing of this architectural retaining wall, just so when we cut in the soldier course for this patio, it's going to meet up right against this retaining wall, giving the customer just straight 3 feet of depth. Right over here, it's not excavated because the machine is sitting, and this is our only point of access of reaching all the way over there. So the idea with this is to continue this 12-inch shelf all the way and make a deep stream for this waterfall, because there is going to be stepping stones or a land bridge leading you to that side over there. Talking about that side over there, this is all the spoils of our excavation. So when you're doing a big project, if you aren't using all the soil for a waterfall, which we aren't because we are building a tiny little retaining wall here, and that is basically the elevation of the bivalves. We are using 2 bivalves 6000 for the extra filtration because of the size of the pond. But since our elevation is low and our berm isn't really that big, we built up this whole grade. As you can see, the grade right down here is probably 18 inches lower than right here. I spent all day basically just carrying dirt and fanning it all the way down here. If you're thinking about getting a pond, those are some subtle things that probably aren't thinking about. When we're doing a consultation and we're designing out this pond, if we're building a retaining wall for that waterfall and we don't have anywhere to put that soil on your property, that is going to increase the price because we have to truck off all that soil, whether it be dumpsters or trailers. It's just simple time and materials basically, but that does increase the price a little bit. So right now we have our first couple loads of rock coming in. We are going to get some more rock tomorrow, but I'm so excited to work with this stuff because this rock looks amazing. We are actually using 2 stones in this pond. We're using a granite boulder and a moss rock. But look at some of the characteristics on these boulders. You have moss, lichens, just super craggy rocks. But these are going to definitely be some accent pieces inside the pond. Right over here we have our pile of cobble, and then we have some 12-inch boulders. This is what the majority of the pond's going to be rocked in, with some larger pieces. Right over there is the majority of those large accent boulders. This is what's going to give the pond shape as well as that character you're looking for. Subscribe to Team Aquascape.
Yeah, vlogging right now.
Yeah, right there.
We
behind the scenes. But when we're doing a big project like this, as you can see, the guys are unloading. We're getting another load of gravel right over there. But you can expect your grass to get really messed up. We are moving a lot of equipment back and forth. We have the mini skid steer back there. We have the excavator right here. When doing a larger project, even a smaller project, anytime we're bringing in heavy equipment like an excavator or a skid steer, a dingo, anything, it's even a spider off the truck just to bring material in, your grass is probably going to get messed up. And I mean messed up. But that is the price to pay but you got to make something ugly before you make it nice. At the end of the day, it's just grass. You can just seed it, it's gonna grow back. But just understand, things will get messed up a little bit. Like on this job right here, we have areas of grass that actually the machine turning ripped it out. There's not much we can really do. We have been using these plastic mats over here. We are using these plastic mats on top of the patio because the patio is expensive. So the last thing we want to do is actually settle it more or damage it because those machines are heavy. But your grass is a different story. I understand some of you really love grass and I love lawn care, but unfortunately it is part of a big project. You got to make it ugly before you make it nice. But that's the end of my rant today. I will catch you guys tomorrow where we get to actually do the fun part of rocking this pond in. So that is the end of part 1. If you guys want to see what the pond actually looks like completed, follow us for part 2. We will be releasing that soon. I hope we can get some final footage of the whole completed project from Jack or Brian because they're going to be finishing Monday, so unfortunately I won't be able to see it, but hopefully you guys will. Anyways, stay tuned because we're going to go home.